Hello. So today we're going to be doing some stretches for the lower back. So we'll start down on our backs on our mats and just draw the knees in towards the chest, taking a little gentle rock from side to side, breathing in and out through the nose, relaxing the head and the shoulders, and then taking the hands onto the kneecaps, keeping the toes and the legs close together. Just circle the knees round so you're massaging the lower back down into the sacrum, lumbar. So going round in one direction a few times and then circling back in the other direction. And then bringing the knees back to center, release the left foot down to the mat, draw the right knee in towards the chest. If it feels okay, you can straighten the left leg along the mat. And then bring that left foot back in. Place the right ankle on top of the left thigh and then take the hands underneath the back of the left thigh as you draw that left knee in towards the chest, flexing both feet. Trying to keep the tailbone down towards the mat, and maybe again just a little rock from side to side if that feels okay. And then release the right foot down to the mat. Bring the hands around the front of the left shin, draw that knee in towards the chest, and if it feels okay, straighten the right leg along the mat. Relaxing the shoulders, coming back to the breath. And then walk that right foot back in so the knee points up to the sky. Place the left ankle on top of the right thigh and then take the hands behind the back of the right leg as you draw that knee in towards the chest. Again, you might want to take a little rock from side to side. And then release the right foot, release the left foot so both knees are pointing up towards the sky. Feet are about hip distance, hands can come to cactus shape, and then just drop both knees over to the right, gaze goes over to the left. And then bringing the head back to center, knees back to center, dropping the knees over to the other side, gaze goes over to the right. Coming back to center, bring the knees into the chest, hug them in. Again, that little rock from side to side, just massaging the lower back. And then taking the hands around the backs of the thighs, take some rolls along the length of the spine, keeping the chin tucked in towards the chest. And then roll up, coming to a cross-legged position. So drop the right hand down to the mat, just take the left arm up to the sky, side stretch over to the right. And then lifting back to center, left hand onto the mat, right arm reaching up to the sky, over to the left. Coming back to center and then making your way to an all fours position. So hands underneath the shoulders, knees a hip distance. Coming into cat-cow, so dropping the belly down towards the mat, lift the chest, lift the tailbone. And then as you press the mat away, round out the back, tailbone tucks under, navel draws in towards the spine. Inhaling, looking forwards. Exhaling, rounding out the back. So coming back to a neutral spine and then take the hips back towards the heels. You can draw the big toes to touch as you sink back into your child's pose, reaching the arms out in front. So sending your breath to the lower back. And then just slightly walk the right hand a little bit closer towards you and thread the left arm underneath so the left palm faces up towards the sky and release the left ear, left shoulder towards the mat. You can walk the fingers a little bit further away. And then walking the right hand back in, releasing the left hand, coming back to child's pose. And then left hand just comes in a little bit so that you can thread the right arm underneath the left. The palm stays facing up, and then release the right shoulder down towards the mat. Left hand can stay where it is, or you can reach it out towards the top of the mat. Taking a few breaths here, and then lifting back up, releasing the right hand out in front, coming back to your all fours position. Tuck the toes under, send the hips high, and come into a downward dog. So if you've got some lower back pain, I would always recommend just bending the knees in your downward dog. Maybe even sticking the bottom out slightly just to take the pressure away from the back, more into the hips. And then bring the shoulders forwards to stack them over the wrists into plank, maybe straightening the legs or lowering the knees down to the mat. And then we'll all lower down. So coming back so the knees drop down to the mat, untuck the toes, shift the shoulders forwards and come all the way down onto the belly. So lifting up to a cobra, and then take the hands out in front so it's more of a coming into Sphinx pose. So you've got a nice right angle with the shoulder, the elbow, forearm. The legs are hip distance, tops of the feet pressing into the mat. And if there's any pain into the lower back, move the shoulder or the forearm slightly further forward so it's not such a steep arch through the spine. And you can always slightly squeeze the glutes just to protect the lower back. Staying here for a few breaths. And then releasing all the way back down, making a pillow with the hands, release the forehead on top, bend the knees and drop the feet from side to side. And then release the tops of the feet back down to the mat. Take the hands either side of the chest, pressing through the hands And lifting up to an upward dog if that feels okay. Tops of the feet press down to the mat, lift the hips away, drawing the shoulders back. And then roll over the toes, send the hips high, come into downward dog. Again, you might want to bend the knees or pedal the feet out, giving the head a bit of a shake. And then keeping the left foot down on the mat, reach the right leg up to the sky. Step the right foot forwards up towards the right thumb and lift the arms, coming into a crescent lunge. Lower the back heel, open out for warrior two, and then reverse the front palm, reverse the warrior. Windmill the arms either side of the front foot, stepping back into your downward dog. Again, just pedaling the feet or bending the knees and stretching the backs of the legs if that feels okay. We're staying with the knees bent and then keeping the right foot down, left leg sweeps up to the sky, stepping the left foot forwards, coming up to crescent lunge. Opening out for warrior two. Reverse the front palm, reverse the warrior. And then windmill the arms either side of the front foot, stepping back into your downward dog. Sink the knees down towards the mat, untuck the toes, take the hips all the way back into your child's pose. And release the hands to the sides of the legs. Just taking the forehead across the mat, swaying the hips. And then slowly starting to lift the head, lift the torso, coming to a kneeling position. Reach the arms up to the sky, inhaling. And then bring the hands to the heart center. Shoulders are relaxed. And then bowing forwards. Thank you very much.